person wants to know why it says they're waiting for you. It's after 8 now.
I've just started. Thanks for that. Hello. Hopefully you can all hear me. Don't worry if you can't. There is a 20-second delay on this, apparently. Bear with me 1 second. I need to stop the washing machine. Apparently I can't stop the washing machine. It's on a spin. So ignore that noise. So welcome all. Thank you for joining me. Let me just log into my tablet. So as you can all see, hopefully on the right-hand side of your screen is a live chat. Please use it. I'll start the quiz in a few minutes, but first of all, I just wanted to go through a few team names. I think the first one on there was Sarah, the Scott, and Pelham, which is the dream team, apparently. Sarah Glover, me and Amy, Flower Power, Matt Baldwin, Moonhead and Wally. Yeah, exactly, Ben. Who's the Wally? So keep the team names coming through, and I'll announce them as they come through. Obviously, I can't see any of you. You can all see me. I think some of you have told me that you're zooming in with others, which is great. So it's good to have some mixed up teams. I'll run through the format. So it's fairly straightforward. There are 6 rounds, 10 questions per round. After rounds 1 to 3, we'll take a break. We'll score those rounds, and then toilet break, drink break, whatever. We'll come back and finish rounds 4 to 6, and then we'll round up the total at the end. Someone asked me earlier how I'm going to stop people cheating. I can't. So the whole point of this is to get people, involved, have a bit of light-hearted fun. If people are joining and want to cheat, then by all means, feel free. My cousin Lauren, dude, where's my tractor? Southwest team representing. Nice one. Yeah, if people want to cheat, that's fair enough. They can. But if anyone gets 100% on this quiz, I'll be very surprised. So if someone says they have, then I'd probably say they're probably cheating. Claire Collins, quizzically challenged. Very good, very good. I did run this quiz past Beth last night, and apparently it was way too hard. So I've had to change it slightly, but I'm up for feedback. So as we go through, if you think something would work better, someone asked if something could be multiple choice. I've not included multiple choices, but if we do this again, I'm more than willing to take that on board and do something. Someone asked me about Bible knowledge. There isn't a Bible round included within this quiz, but if I do one again, I'll quite happily create a Bible quiz round. So yeah, keep your feedback coming. Any suggestions I'll take on board. Yeah, so I think we're about there. I hope all of you have got some pen and paper. You will need it. So use that to write down your answers. There will be at least one question where you're going to have to write something down, probably to figure something out. So yeah, bear that in mind. So just run through a few more of these team names. El Yap, I'm guessing that's my dad or my mum. Our team is Yap Dynasty, yeah, predictable. Tim Wesley, just bonkers. James Woodford is happy that there's no Bible questions. Yeah. Ailey saying their team name was changed to, we're called Some Like It Scott. Very good, very good. And Tarku has said Team Washing Machine. Thanks, Tarku. Nice one. So when you're all ready, if you can just type in ready or okay into the live chat, and I'll start. Oh, by the way, which is your favourite tipple? Mine is G&T. James's team is, our team is Big Hair Square Face. Big Head Square Face. Very good. Oh, Beth is joining us.
Turn off the washing machine.
Oh, I couldn't turn it off. Cool. I think we're all ready.
Done. That's why you get a woman to do it.
Sexist. Right. First round. Everyone ready? First round is general knowledge. As I said, 10 questions. First question. And by the way, if you miss a question, I did play around earlier with trying to get the questions on the screen. It's really complicated. If someone's got an easy way of fixing that, then let me know. But for now, I'm going to have to read them out. I will go slowly. But if you miss a question, just ask me to read it out again in the live chat. And in the break after round 3, I'll come back to any questions that are missed, or if you need anything clarifying, that kind of thing, let me know. Cool. Right. Hold on. Sorry, I'm getting a message. General knowledge. Question 1. Which planet has the longest day? Which planet has the longest day? And please don't put the answers in the live chat and ruin it for everyone else. Keep it to yourselves for now. So question 1, which planet has the longest day? Question 2, which country's national animal is the unicorn? Which country's national animal is the unicorn? Also, please don't text me privately asking me for the answers. I'm talking to you, Donald. And anything, by the way, anything that Ryan Hughes puts in the live chat, treat as a lie. So question 2, which country's national animal is the unicorn? Question 3, where in a horse would you find the coffin joint? Where in a horse would you find the coffin joint? Question 4, which country was the first to allow women to vote in 1893? Which country was the first to allow women to vote in 1893? Question 5. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, which word in the English language has the most definitions with over 400? So, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, which word in the English language has the most definitions with over 400? Question 6. Wikipedia, the free online encyclopedia, updated and monitored by users, was first launched in what year? Wikipedia, the free online encyclopedia, updated and monitored by users, was first launched in what year? Jason and Megan Pye have said this is hard. I did actually have a question for you, Jason, specifically for you, but Beth, maybe take it out.
I'm getting a lot of texts with that sort of theme.
So yeah, question 6, Wikipedia, the free online encyclopedia, updated and monitored by users, was first launched in what year? Question 7, the Aitken Basin, that's the Aitken, spelt Aitken Basin, measuring approximately 2,500 kilometers in diameter and 13 kilometers deep, is found where? That's the Aitken Basin, measuring approximately 2,500 kilometers in diameter and 13 kilometers deep, is found where? Question 8. Kiss Me Kate is a musical version of which play by Shakespeare? Kiss Me Kate is a musical version of which play by Shakespeare? Question 9. This is probably for all of you that travel into London. According to a study published in 2015, which is the UK's busiest train station with over 99 million entries and exits a year? According to a study published in 2015, which is the UK's busiest train station with over 99 million entries and exits each year? Final question for general knowledge, question 10. How many countries does the River Nile flow through? How many countries does the River Nile flow through? So that was general knowledge. The next category is TV and film. Yeah, someone else has mentioned multiple choice. There's no multiple choice in this one, but if I do it again, then I will include multiple choice if that's what people want. Someone's asked how you spelt the Aitken Basin. It's A-I-T-K-E-N. A-I-T-K-E-N. Carol Baskin, yes. Right, TV and film, question 1. Oscar-winning actors Adrian Brody and Matthew McConaughey starred together in which baseball-themed Disney film? Oscar-winning actors Adrian Brody and Matthew McConaughey starred together in which baseball-themed Disney film? Question 2. Plan B is the production company owned by which Hollywood superstar? If you've missed questions, we'll come back to them after round 3. So just make a note of the ones you haven't heard. So question 2 was Plan B is the production company owned by which Hollywood superstar? Question 3. Jim Broadbent allegedly turned down which TV role, later made famous by David Jason? Jim Broadbent allegedly turned down which TV role, later made famous by David Jason? Question 4. The song Moon River, Moonhead, I'm expecting you to get this. The song Moon River won an Oscar in 1961 when it was used in which film? The song Moon River won an Oscar in 1961 when it was used in which film? Question 5. AI, artificial intelligence, was eventually directed by Steven Spielberg, but was previously a project for which other director? So AI, artificial intelligence, was eventually directed by Steven Spielberg, but was previously a project for which other director? So question 6. Among other effects, Pat Welsh was paid $380 to provide the main element of which character's voice in 1982? So among other effects, Pat Welsh was paid $380 to provide the main element of which character's voice in 1982? The Roberts have asked if there's any questions about cars. There aren't. I was going to do a round on motorsport, but I think that's a bit too niche. But again, if someone would, if people vote for it, I'll put it in. So question 7. Who played the Prince Regent in Blackadder III? Who played the Prince Regent in Blackadder III? Jason, Beth maybe take out the war question. She said it was too hard. I don't know what she's saying about your intelligence, but... So question 8. Who is Angelina Jolie's famous father? Who is Angelina Jolie's famous father? So who is Angelina Jolie's famous father? Question 9. The 2011 film W.E. was directed by which pop star? The 2011 film W.E. was directed by which pop star? Lord Croft, half right. So the last question for TV and film, question 10, and you are going to need a pen and paper, definitely for this question. It's an anagram. So Advancing Yeast is an anagram of which TV show? So that's Advancing Yeast is an anagram of which TV show? So ADVANCING yeast. All good? No worries, Phil. No worries. I know how you country people might struggle to write. Okay, so the next category is history. So Jason, you might know a few of these, I'm not sure. So question 1. Yes, Paul, that is exactly it. Advancing Yeast. It's an anagram of a TV show. So history, question 1. In which country was Greenpeace founded in 1971? In which country was Greenpeace founded in 1971? Question 2. In which year was the Berlin Wall constructed? So most people go for the year it's demolished, but in which year was the Berlin Wall constructed? In which year was the Berlin Wall constructed? Question 3, and football fans might get this one. What did the Romans call Scotland? What did the Romans call Scotland? Question 4. A bit of rough. Question 4. Events were held on the River Thames in 2016 to commemorate how many years since the Great Fire of London? So events were held on the River Thames in 2016 to commemorate how many years since the Great Fire of London? So if you know what year that took place and you're fairly good at maths, you might get that. I warn you now, Monica, some of the questions get harder than this. Beth has made me take some of them out, but again, if it is too hard, and if I do it again, if you let me do it again, I will make it easier, or at least I'll include some multiple choice. So question 5, in what year was Queen Elizabeth II born? In what year was Queen Elizabeth II born? Abigail's disguised as Monica. No questions on Malaysia. Sorry, Dad. Question 6. The Magna Carta was created in which year? The Magna Carta was created in which year? Some of you that might have seen Robin Hood might know that. Foundation for English Law. So question 6, the Magna Carta was created in which year? Question 7, in 1984, the first TED conference was held, but what does TED, T-E-D, stand for? In 1984, the first TED conference was held, but what does TED, T-E-D, stand for? All of them, Ailey? All of them? TED is spelled T-E-D, Tango Echo Delta. So question 8. Who is the only British Prime Minister to be assassinated? Who is the only British Prime Minister to be assassinated? Who is the only British Prime Minister to be assassinated? For those saying it's a bit hard, after the break, sport is the first category up. So you might win some points back there. Question 9. Who was Henry VIII's last wife? Who was Henry VIII's last wife? It's a mix of all sports. There is some American in there. So that's question 9. Who was Henry VIII's last wife? And the last question for history, question 10, for you conspiracy theorists out there. Question 10, who shot Lee Harvey Oswald, the assassin of John F. Kennedy? Who shot Lee Harvey Oswald, the assassin of John F. Kennedy? Right, so we'll take a break. We'll go back. So if anyone has missed a question or needs something clarifying, please say now. We'll go back to general knowledge and start marking the answers. Does anyone need any questions clarifying or ones you've missed? Okay, so we'll go back to general knowledge and I'll start reading through the answers. Some are asking about Zoom. The reason I didn't do Zoom is because, one, there is a time limit for the free version and there's a maximum amount of people you can have. So I wanted to try and get as many people on as possible. But having said that, Ryan Hughes said we can have access to his corporate account on Zoom, which I think allows up to like 300 people to log in. So we might try that next time. But this video will be available on YouTube afterwards, so you can go back through or pass it on, whatever you want to do. So I'm going back. Someone has asked, Phil Barrett, what was question 1 on general knowledge? Which planet has the longest day? TV, question 1. Oscar-winning actors Adrian Brody and Matthew McConaughey starred together in which baseball-themed Disney film? Question 8. Of which category, Mitch? Oh, general knowledge. Okay. Kiss Me, Kate is a musical version of which play by Shakespeare? Cool. Right, ready to mark? So question 1, general knowledge. Which planet has the longest day? The answer is Venus. It has one rotation every 243 Earth days. So question 1, the answer was Venus. Question 2, which country's national animal is the unicorn? The answer is Scotland. I expected you to get that, Ailey. Question 3, where in a horse would you find the coffin joint? The answer is the hoof. Question 4, which country was the first to allow women to vote in 1893? The answer is New Zealand. So question 4, the answer was New Zealand. Question 5, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, which word in the English language has the most definitions with over 400? The word is set, S-E-T, set. Question 6, Wikipedia, the free online encyclopedia, updated and monitored by users, was first launched in what year? That's 2001. Question 7, the Aitken Basin, measuring approximately 2,500 kilometers in diameter and 13 kilometers deep, is found where? That's the moon. Question 8, Kiss Me, Kate is a musical version of which play by Shakespeare? The answer is The Taming of the Shrew. I'm guessing Lauren got that right. Question 9. According to a study published in 2015, which is the UK's busiest train station with over 99 million entries and exits each year? London Waterloo. And then the final question for general knowledge, question 10. How many countries does the River Nile flow through? The answer is 11. Right, TV and film. Question 1. Oscar-winning actors Adrian Brody and Matthew McConaughey starred together in which baseball-themed Disney film? The answer was Angels in the Outfield. Are you Disney Plus fans? Angels in the Outfield. Question 2. Plan B is the production company owned by which Hollywood superstar? That's Brad Pitt. Question 3. Jim Broadbent allegedly turned down which TV role, later made famous by David Jason? That was Derek Trotter, Only Fools and Horses. Question 4. Moonhead, come on. The song Moon River won an Oscar in 1961 when it was used in which film? That's Breakfast at Tiffany's. Question 5. AI, artificial intelligence, was eventually directed by Steven Spielberg, but was previously a project for which other director? That was Stanley Kubrick. Question 6. Among other effects, Pat Welsh was paid $380 to provide the main element of which character's voice in 1982? That was E.T. E.T. Question 7. Who played the Prince Regent in Blackadder III? That's Hugh Laurie. Hugh Laurie. Question 8. Who is Angelina Jolie's famous father? Lord Croft, John Voight. So who is Angelina Jolie's famous father? John Voight. Question 9. The 2011 film W.E. was directed by which pop star? That was Madonna. Ten. This was the anagram, which was Advancing Yeast is an anagram of which TV show? The answer is Gavin and Stacey. Advancing Yeast is an anagram of Gavin and Stacey. Cool. So that was general knowledge. Nope, sorry, that was TV and film. History. Question 1. In which country was Greenpeace founded in 1971? That was Canada. Two. In which year was the Berlin Wall constructed? That was in 1961. Question 3. Ailey, I'm looking to you again. What did the Romans call Scotland? That was Caledonia. Question 4. Events were held on the River Thames in 2016 to commemorate how many years since the Great Fire of London? That's 350. 5. In what year was Queen Elizabeth II born? 1926. So in what year was she born? 1926. The Magna Carta was created in which year? That was 1215. 7. In 1984, the first TED conference was held, but what does TED stand for? That's Technology, Entertainment and Design. 8. Who is the only British Prime Minister to be assassinated? My cat is named after him. It's Spencer Perceval. So who is the only British Prime Minister to be assassinated? It's Spencer Perceval. No, Tim, it's not a recording. 9. Who was Henry VIII's last wife? That was Catherine Parr. 10. Who shot Lee Harvey Oswald, the assassin of John F. Kennedy? That was Jack Ruby. So you might want to put into the comments what you've got so far. Any more team names? What are you talking about, Abigail? It's the only prime minister to be assassinated in office. Stabbed in 1812. Not bad for Freeman's. Not bad, Paul. Not bad, Danny. So if you want to take a break for a few minutes, get another drink, go to the toilet, whatever, let me know. And then when you're ready, just put ready in the box, whatever. Oh, does that put Ailey in the lead? 13. Channel 4 new team 14. Okay, I'll do this again next week. As someone suggested tomorrow, let me know when you want it, but I'll do another one, and I will make it easier. But most of these questions were taken from some of the greatest quizzes in the world. Shan's got 100% so far. I think Greg just texted me saying he googled all of them. Lauren's booming. What's Lauren got? I haven't seen Lauren's number. Whoever Eric Moen is, he says the difficulty is good. When everyone's ready, I'll move on to the next round. Ben reckons he's got 21. That's pretty good, Mr. Nunn. Oh, we've got a doctor playing, that's why. Full team, pretty good, Richard. Right, let me know when you're ready. The next 3 rounds, just to give you a heads up, the first one is sport, then it's music, and then the last one is geography. So sport, music, and geography. There's no food questions, but again, if you want me to do food and drink, I will do a question. I'll do a round on food and drink. I don't think Richard Hayes does lie. Have you met his dad? Interesting anecdotes. We'll save those for the end, Ailey. Well, I'm topping up on gin. I don't know about you lot. Oh, I forgot Richard's doing his on Zoom, so he could have like 50 people behind him. I'm sorry, Tony, that you only got 3. Still time. By the way, my brother-in-law is playing via telephone, via Zoom, because he doesn't have the internet. And he is like Rain Man. So I'm guessing he'll probably get all of sport and at least all of geography right. He can name you every single teams that have played in the World Cup final, the Golden Boot winner from every year, and who's won every year from the very beginning. Oh, I'm not talking about Joel or Tim. I'm talking about Beth's brother, Matt. I think we've both met. We've all met Joel and Tim. So, well, are we ready? Put ready in the box, and I'll start with sport. Danny Bruce still living off past glory. All right, I've got one ready. Anyone else? Tim talks like Rain Man. Joel, you have attributes elsewhere, mate. Don't worry about it. Right. Oh, Paul's just doing a poo. Okay, we're all ready. So, sport. Sport. Question 1. What tabletop game took its name from the Latin word for hobby? What tabletop game took its name from the Latin word for hobby? This is one for all you football fans out there. Question 2. England forwards Francis Jeffers and David Nugent both scored on their England debuts, but between them, how many England appearances did they make in total? So, question 2. England forwards Francis Jeffers and David Nugent both scored on their England debuts, but between them, how many England appearances did they make in total? The Roberts, team name, Einstein's groupies. Live up to it. So, question 3. Which country joined the Rugby Five Nations Championship in 2000, making it the Six Nations ever since? Which country joined the Rugby Five Nations Championship in 2000, making it the Six Nations ever since? Question 4. A Gaelic football team consists of how many players? A Gaelic football team consists of how many players? Another question for you football fans. Question 5. In 1950, India withdrew from the World Cup because FIFA refused to let them do what? In 1950, India withdrew from the World Cup because FIFA refused to let them do what? Someone asked earlier about American sport. The next question's for you. So, question 6. In what year was the first Super Bowl held? In what year was the first Super Bowl held? Slightly controversial there, Chris Brown. Slightly controversial. So that was question 6. In what year was the first Super Bowl held? Question 7. By capacity, what is the largest stadium in Europe? By capacity, what is the largest stadium in Europe? Question 8. The ITTF is the governing body of which sport? So that's the ITTF is the governing body of which sport? Sorry, I'll just go back to question 7. Someone's asked me for that. By capacity, so how many people can it hold? Well, by the amount of people it can hold, what is the largest stadium in Europe? Not just in general size, but the amount of people it can have inside. And then question 8 was the ITTF is the governing body of which sport? Someone asked about motorsport and cars earlier. This question's for you. Yes, Phil, the name of the stadium. So question 9. British Formula One driver Jenson won his one and only World Championship title in what year? So British Formula One driver Jenson Button won his one and only World Championship title in what year? All you Le Mans guys, I'm expecting you to get that. So that was question 9. British Formula One driver Jenson Button won his one and only World Championship title in what year? Question 10, the last question for sport, and this is for all you cricket fans. So James, I think you're supposedly a cricket fan. Yes, Jason, Le Mans was very different for you. Question 10. Who is the only English cricketer to have taken all 10 wickets in one innings at a test match? Who is the only English cricketer to have taken all 10 wickets in one innings at a test match? Everyone done with sport? Everyone need me to go back over a question again? All good? Right. The next round is music. Good. Right. Music. Question 1. In 1969, there was a 4-way tie for the winner of Eurovision. But can you name 2 of the countries involved? So 4 countries won it, but can you name 2 of the countries that are involved? So in 1969, there was a 4-way tie for the winner of Eurovision, but can you name 2 countries that were involved? Question 2. Who was once described by American President George W. Bush as the most dangerous threat to American children since polio? So who was once described by American President George W. Bush as the most dangerous threat to American children since polio? Next question's for you hip hop fans. I can't even speak. Question 3. James Todd Smith is the real name of which rap artist? James Todd Smith is the real name of which rap artist? We are still on music. Question 2 was related to a person that's in the music industry. I'm nearly out of gin, Richard, which is a shame. So question 3, James Todd Smith is the real name of which rap artist? Question 4, which artist has the most amount of number ones in the UK? So by going by the official charts, which artist has the most amount of number ones in the UK? Ryan Hughes, stop broadcasting answers on WhatsApp. So question 4, which artist has the most amount of number ones in the UK? I think Joel's just given up and started promotion work for me. Question 5, name the song and artist from the lyric. Someone asked for 70s music. Well, name the song and artist from this lyric. Thanks for the times that you've given me. The memories are all in my mind. So name the song and artist from the lyric. Thanks for the times that you've given me. The memories are all in my mind. So thanks for the times that you've given me. The memories are all in my mind. Name the song and the artist. And I'm not going to sing it. Mainly because I'm too good and I'll give it away. Question 6. Which 90s singer had a comeback in 2016 with When the Bass Line Drops? So which 90s singer had a comeback in 2016 with When the Bass Line Drops? I'm just not going to look at my phone anymore. As usual, Ryan Hughes is too scared to go public with his comments, but is doing it via a private WhatsApp group. So that was which 90s singer had a comeback in 2016 with When the Bass Line Drops? Question 7. Which single letter represented the title of the second studio album by Ed Sheeran? So he had one letter of the alphabet on his album. Which was it? Which single letter represented the title of the studio album by Ed Sheeran? Anthony Peck's got late to the party. Well, you can carry on with where are we? Next one's question 8 in music, Anthony, and then we're starting the last round of geography. But you can still play after I stop the video. It'll be available on YouTube. You can go through it by yourself. But I will do another quiz. If you all subscribe, then you'll get notified when the next quiz is. So, question 8, music. In 2019, Lewis Capaldi topped the UK album charts and Ed Sheeran was second. But which album was third? In 2019, Lewis Capaldi topped the UK album charts and Ed Sheeran was second. But which album was third? Question 9. In the UK, what is the best-selling album of all time? Oh, Candice, I don't think so. But yeah, keep your suggestions coming. If you want different subjects, different categories, maybe some multiple choice thrown in, let me know. So question 9 was, in the UK, what is the best-selling album of all time? To be fair, we should all be experts on the Bible, so it can't be that easy. So question 9, in the UK, what is the best-selling album of all time? Question 10, the last question for music. In 2008, which artist broke the record for the youngest ever to win a Grammy for Album of the Year? So in 2008, which artist broke the record for the youngest ever to win a Grammy for Album of the Year? You just need the artist. You don't need the album name, but you can throw it in if you want. So which artist broke the record for the youngest ever to win a Grammy for Album of the Year in 2008? Yeah, you just need the artist, Phil. If you're referring to question 9, Phil, in the UK, what is the best-selling album of all time? The answer includes both. The actual name includes the album name and the artist. That might even give you a clue, but it's all in one. Oh, sorry. So question 8, just to recap, question 8. In 2019, Lewis Capaldi topped the UK album charts and Ed Sheeran was second. But which album, so just the album, came third? So Lewis Capaldi came first with his album, Ed Sheeran came second with his album. But what was the name of the third album? So what came in at number 3? A bit of a clue there. There isn't really an artist. So that was music. If that's all clear, anyone need to clarify something? Someone's asked, okay, the Ed Sheeran question again. Question 7, which single letter of the alphabet represented the title of the second album by Ed Sheeran? So his album title was just one letter. Which was it? So which single letter represented the title of the second studio album by Ed Sheeran? Does anyone else need me to clarify any other questions? Question 3. James Todd Smith is the real name of which rap artist? James Todd Smith is the real name of which rap artist? Are we all good? Ian, does that make sense for question 3? You got that? Stop giving people clues, Joel. Ladies do love him.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Beth's given up.
Well, I know the answers and I still think it's ridiculous.
Right, we're all ready for the last round, which is geography. Geography. Question 1. What is the largest country in Africa? I think Woodford's brain has exploded. Question 1. What is the largest country in Africa? Beth's on the phone. I don't even know what Beth's doing.
I'm helping Matt, aren't I?
Oh, she's helping her brother, even though she's already gone through this quiz.
No, I'm not helping him. I'm just speaking to him.
So question 1, what is the largest country in Africa? What is the largest country in Africa? Question 2, Russia is the largest country in the world, but which country is the second largest? I love Beth's brother because I've just heard him deliberate and he mentioned the country which I was going to initially include as this question. So I was going to ask which country came 5th, and Matt has just mentioned it, but Beth maybe change it to make it a bit easier. So Russia is the largest country in the world, but which country is the second largest? Question 3. Vatican City is the smallest country in the world, but which country is the second smallest? Vatican City is the smallest country in the world, but which country is the second smallest? So Vatican City is the smallest country in the world, but which country is the second smallest? Question 4. Riga, R-I-G-A, is the capital city of which European country? So Riga is the capital city of which European country? Mitch, I'm including countries or states that are recognized by the UN. So question 4 was Riga is the capital city of which European country? Joel has a question right, apparently. We're all applauding you. Question 5. Which country in the world has the most borders with other countries? So which country in the world has the most borders with other countries? So which country in the world borders the most other countries? Which country in the world has the most borders with other countries? Question 6. In Europe, which country has the most borders with other countries? So in Europe, which country has the most borders with other countries? That gin is getting really low. I've run out of tonic water, Chris. So I'm down to just pure gin. So that one was question 6. In Europe, which country has the most borders with other countries? Question 7. There are 7 wonders of the world, not to be confused with the 7 wonders of the ancient world, but which one is the youngest? So of the 7 wonders of the world, which one is the youngest? Don't get them confused with the 7 ancient wonders of the world. But there are 7 wonders of the world which you can go and visit right now. Which one is the youngest? Lemonade does go with gin. Unfortunately, I don't have lemonade. I only have Diet Coke. I could have some rum. And you can be my son, Mr. Woodford, Callum Best. If you was in a car accident and was deformed, then yes, you could be Callum Best. Give it a go. I'll get up top up in a minute. So question 7. There are 7 wonders of the world, not to be confused with the 7 ancient wonders of the world, but which one is the youngest? Question 8. In which US state would you find John Wayne Airport? So in which US state would you find John Wayne Airport? If you're looking for tonic water, I've run out. In which US state would you find John Wayne Airport? Next question, another one for you lot that commute into London. Question 9. Clapham Common, Old Street, and Mornington Crescent are all on which London Underground line? Clapham Common, Old Street, and Mornington Crescent are all on which London Underground line? Mr. Peck, do not put your answers on the live chat. So Clapham Common, Old Street, and Mornington Crescent are all on which London Underground line? So the final question of geography and the final question of the quiz. Question 10. Mount Vesuvius overlooks which modern Italian city? So Mount Vesuvius overlooks which modern Italian city? There's my cat, Spencer. So question 10, Mount Vesuvius overlooks which modern Italian city? All good? Does anyone need me to clarify any questions in geography? Question 10, the last question. Mount Vesuvius overlooks which modern Italian city? Question 4, Riga, R-I-G-A, is the capital city of which European country? Hi, Callum. Belinda wants number 8. In which US state would you find John Wayne Airport? In which US state would you find John Wayne Airport? Are we all good? Should we start marking? Cool. So back to sport. The first question was, what tabletop game took its name from the Latin word for hobby? The answer was Sabutio. Question 2 was, England forwards Francis Jeffers and David Nugent both scored on their England debuts, but between them, how many England appearances did they make in total? The answer was 2. Neither played for England again. Question 3. Which country joined the Rugby Five Nations Championship in 2000, making it the Six Nations ever since? The answer was Italy. Question 4. A Gaelic football team consists of how many players? The answer is 15. Foosball does not count. That's a different game. Question 5. In 1950, India withdrew from the World Cup because FIFA refused to let them do what? The answer was play barefoot. Question 6. In what year was the first Super Bowl held? That was 1967. Controversial there, Mr. Manuel, Mr. Freeman. So in what year was the first Super Bowl held? That's 1967. By capacity, question 7, by capacity, what is the largest stadium in Europe? That's the Nou Camp in Barcelona. Question 8. The ITTF is the governing body of which sport? That's table tennis. Question 9. British Formula One driver Jenson won his one and only World Championship title in what year? That's 2009. Question 10. This was the last one for sport. Who is the only English cricketer to have taken all 10 wickets in one innings at a test match? Before I give the answer, does anyone want to put their answer in the live chat to see if you got it right? I've never heard of him, by the way. So someone's put Monty Panesar. It wasn't Monty Panesar. It wasn't Botham. No. The answer was Jim Laker. I think Michael Asamoah may have Googled that and still got it wrong. Right, let's move on to music. Question 1. In 1969, there was a four-way tie for the winner of Eurovision, but can you name 2 countries that were involved? So the 4 countries that were involved, you just needed 2 of these. It was the UK, France, Holland, and Spain. Question 2. Who was once described by American President George W. Bush as the most dangerous threat to American children since polio? The answer was Eminem. Question 3. James Todd Smith is the real name of which rap artist? I think a lot of you got this. That's LL Cool J. Question 4. Which artist has the most amount of number ones in the UK? Does anyone want to put a suggestion in? What do you think is the right answer? Which artist has the most amount of number ones in the UK? The answer is not Greg Howe, Ben Nunn. It's not Queen. It's not Cliff Richard. Ben, Mitch have both got it right. It's Elvis Presley. Has the most amount of number ones in the UK. Beatles were second, I think. So, question 5. Name the song and artist from the lyric, "Thanks for the times that you've given me. The memories are all in my mind." That's from 3 Times a Lady by the Commodores. Question 6. Which 90s singer had a comeback in 2016 with "When the Bass Line Drops"? That's Craig David. The next question, I think this might have stumbled a few of you. I had a few questions on this. Question 7. Which single letter represented the title of the second studio album by Ed Sheeran? The answer is X. It represents the word multiply. So the answer was X. Question 8. In 2019, Lewis Capaldi topped the UK album charts and Ed Sheeran was second. But which album was third? Anyone want to hazard a guess? Which album came third in the top UK album charts in 2019? It wasn't Stormzy. Babs Asamoah's got it. Ben's got it. It's The Greatest Showman. That's why I said it doesn't necessarily have an artist. Question 9. In the UK, what is the best-selling album of all time? Again, does anyone want to hazard a guess? In the UK, what is the best-selling album of all time? It's not Michael Jackson and Bad. Not 21. It is Queen. Mitch got that. It's Queen Greatest Hits. So last question for music. Question 10. In 2008, which artist broke the record for the youngest ever to win a Grammy for Album of the Year? That was Taylor Swift, and the album was Fearless. You didn't need to get the album, but it was Taylor Swift. So geography. Question 1. What is the largest country in Africa? Again, does anyone want to hazard a guess? It's not South Africa. It's not the Congo. No one else? Not Mexico. Babs has got it again. I think Babs might be Googling the answers here, but it is Algeria. Question 2. Russia is the largest country in the world, but which country is the second largest? That's Canada. The original question was which country is the 5th largest, which is Brazil. I think Matt would have got that because I heard him say it. So that's Canada is the 2nd largest country in the world. Question 3. Vatican City is the smallest country in the world, but which country is the 2nd smallest? I think a few have already got this. Yeah, it's Monaco. It's only 2 kilometers squared. Question 4. Riga is the capital city of which European country? That's Latvia. Question 5. Which country in the world has the most borders with other countries? That's China. It borders 14 other countries. In Europe, which country has the most borders with other countries? That's Germany, which has 9. So question 7. There are 7 wonders of the world. Don't confuse them with the 7 ancient wonders of the world, but which one is the youngest? Does anyone hazard a guess at that? It is a principality, Anthony Peck, but it's recognized as its own sovereign state. Victoria Falls is not one of the 7 wonders of the world. Joel Blower, again, I think you might have Googled that, but he's right. It's the Christ the Redeemer. That was built in 1922, completed in 1931. Not the Hoover Dam. So question 8, in which US state would you find John Wayne Airport? The answer is California. Question 9, Clapham Common, Old Street and Mornington Crescent are all on which London Underground line? If you listen to Anthony Peck, you would have got that right. Northern Line. That was the Northern Line. And the final question, Mount Vesuvius overlooks which modern Italian city? And the answer is Naples. Paul Bailey, have we done question 4? Question 4 was Riga is the capital city of which European country? Did I not read the answer? It's Latvia. Sorry, Riga is the capital city of which European country? That was Latvia. Cool. Well, add up your scores in total. Put them in. I'm not sure it was such a great quiz, and I think it might have been a bit too hard. But if you want it to happen again, let me know. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. That'll give me an indication of how many people are interested. Ben Nunn wants question 6. I'm guessing he means for geography. Question 6. In Europe, which country has the most borders with other countries? That's Germany with 9. Richard Hayes got 19. What is that in total? James, you've broken my brain. Sorry, mate. Eric, 26 out of 60. I think that's respectable. Ailey, 28. Pretty good. Sarah, 18 out of 60. It's decent. Beth, 21 out of 60 for the Sherlocks. Considering Beth had already seen the answers, I'm surprised. Phil and Manny, 14 out of 60. Yeah, of course you got 100% Dad. I should probably ban you from these quizzes, to be honest. Thanks, Mitch. Second half went better. I'll bear that in mind. Paul got 27. Decent, mate. Mitch, 28. Hey. Richard Hayes, 33. That's decent. I think that's the leader at the moment. Tarku's coming in at second with 32. I trust Tarku not to lie. Cool. I think this is a good indication for me to look at some of the questions, some of the categories. Does anyone have any suggestions for categories going forward, what would you like to see included? I think someone's already mentioned a Bible category. I'll do that. That's right, Sam Fuller. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I don't know what the bell means, but if you like and subscribe. Joy Glover, 24. Nice one. Jason Pye wants war. Okay. To be fair, Jason, we did a quiz of you just purely on World War II and you lost terribly, but yes, I'll include it. NFL, a bit too niche maybe. Shan got 60 out of 60 with the help of her friend G. Oogle. Premier League, again, a bit too niche. I think sport puts a few people off. Food and drink, I'll definitely do. I'll expand the film and TV category. I might make that more multiple choice. Brothers and their football injuries will be all night, Anthony. Multiple choice, yeah, I'll do that. 80s TV shows, good shout. Although I think for some of our younger audience, that might not be great. Star Wars, I'm definitely up for that. I think there's probably a few others that would as well. Motorsport. Okay, I'll think about motorsport because there's a lot of people in this group who would not have a clue. But my dad, 70s music questions, get with the century. 80s kids shows, yeah, possibly. Maybe 90s kids shows. Everyone has that. Disney, I can do Disney. Human anatomy, that's not bad. Actually, that's a good shout. Biology, maybe. Name that tune. I could do that, name that tune. I'm not sure what the rules are with YouTube and playing live music. I'll check. If I can, I will. Marvel, yeah, I'm well up for that. So Star Wars, Marvel. Make subtractors, again, maybe a bit too niche. Clothes, James, you don't have any, so I don't know why. A picture round. Again, yeah, I need someone's help with this because I tried earlier to share my screen and it's a right pain. I struggled, considering I'm Asian as well. That should come naturally, but I'm going to take a little while to figure that out. But I will include a picture round if I can. Someone said hum them or sing them. Yeah, maybe not. Logos is a good one. Catchphrase, not bad. A bit difficult to pull off, I think, but get Beth to sing the songs. Oh, I want subscribers. I'm not sure what Phil's saying. Fives music intros. Cool. Okay. Well, you can still keep commenting after the video is closed. So, or just text me with some suggestions. It depends what everyone wants to do. If everyone's free tomorrow night, I can put another quiz on. If everyone's a bit quizzed out, then I can give it a break. Maybe we can do it next weekend. Everyone is stuck in, so maybe they're up for another quiz. What do you guys think? Science, yeah, I'll definitely include science. What does everyone think? Tomorrow night, or do you want a break? How many did I get right? Well,
We have plans tomorrow night.
do we?
Yeah.
Well, what are we doing?
We just...
Apparently, I've got plans tomorrow night, so I can't do one, but I don't know what that is. I'll check. Oh, okay. Some people are saying weekly, some saying tomorrow. I might do it midweek, something like that. But yeah. Okay, cool. I've also got another idea. I'm not sure if oh, I know what I'm doing. Ryan Hughes is doing a quiz tomorrow night, which I'm involved with, so I can't do it tomorrow night. Yeah, okay, maybe a weekend thing. I've got another idea, which I'll let you all guys, let you all know about as well, which is a bit more involved, but I think it'd be a good idea. My take on Mastermind. Friday. Thursday night's our meeting night, Ben, so that doesn't really work. Every Sunday's good. Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. Right, I'll leave it there. So thanks, guys, for all logging in and being involved. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do, and I'll keep you updated what's going on with this, and we'll probably do it again next week. But cheers. See you later. Take care of yourselves.